So Charlie is here. Perhaps uh, understanding we have been working on purifying the mind. Every master, when you study the Eastern wisdom, they say that purify the mind. It's an ongoing process. So as you purify the mind gets rid of the impure states of the mind. So Eastern wisdom says that impure states of the mind is nothing but anxious mind, upset mind, duality mind, strong likes and dislikes mind, reactive mind, rationalizing mind, monkey mind, mood swing mind, guilt mind. So now see that if we analyze our daily life, or you analyze your life for about a week, the time you wake up until you retire to the sleep, when we have a deep sleep, so there is no impure states of the mind. If you analyze closely, you will realize that every day we have something to get upset, something to be anxious, something to be agitated. Not a single day passes the state of calmness throughout the day. Hardly a day is left. Some irritant is there, some hesitation is there, some frustration is there. And in the presence of these frustration, it is not possible to discover the real self. It is not possible. We have to be a seeker. And the seeker is on the journey to purify the mind. Purification, we say the past impression are there. We have discussed projection outside, and that projection causes attachment and detachment and ultimately results into desire for seeking peace and happiness in the world outside. The moment we have a desire to seek peace and happiness outside in the world, we are ready to get more upset, more frustrated, more agitated, more challenges that we have. And that is why we have 6 conventional methods to purify the mind. After the 6 conventional method, we have the most important and the strongest purification of the mind that we will discuss once we cover these 6 purification of the mind. Now, can I jump onto the strongest method? It will not work. It will not work. I cannot do PhD without having a graduate degree. So that graduate and undergraduate certification prepares me. So this is 6 purification methods are undergrad and the graduation discipline by which we can move into the greatest and the strongest method of purification. So what we have done, we have covered 2 purification methods. One is the yajna, in which we drop our selfishness from the consumership, we become a contributor. When 24/7, with whom? With everyone. Relations, people, strangers, the mind is always free. When I'm ready to contribute, the mind is always free, enjoying the sense of freedom. But when I'm a consumer, the mind becomes clumsy and selfish. And that selfishness again results into the impurities of the mind. We have lot of challenges in our daily life. We have jealousy, we have hatred, we have anxiety with someone, we have hatred against someone, we have a disliking against. But when you are contributing, you don't worry about all those things. You drop them. Oh, let me contribute. In what way I should contribute in this situation, in this relation? Same thing. So, same clumsiness and the selfishness dissolves by the charity. And we discussed in the charity the physical, the emotional, the mental, intellectual, different forms of the charity. So no one can say that I cannot offer the charity. So it is the idea of a givingness instead of holding, instead of possessiveness. We, as long as we have an idea of a possessiveness in the background, deep in the background, the mind is impure, which is seeking peace and happiness by possessiveness. I was just talking to Anne in the morning that is Elon Musk happy? The richest guy possesses lot of wealth, more than $200 billion. And I heard his interview. He is very much scared. He has a fear of the death. So holding and possessiveness does not make me free from the fear. It does not lead me to the happiness. So the masters reminds us again and again. No, so should I not possess? Should I not keep a bank account? Yes, for physical survival, I should keep it. I should keep it. To fulfill the need-based desire and be free from that, these possessions will result into peace and happiness. Not at all. It will fulfill my need-based physical desires. No mental desire can be fulfilled by, by the possessions, any form of possession. You possess big home with a 10-bedroom set, you possess $1 billion in your account, you possess 50 pairs of your clothes and 50 pairs of your shoes. It is not going to help to get into the peace and happiness. So that is the truth. So the cause behind it are threefold. That is what the master says. One is the impurities of the mind we discussed in detail, and these impurities leads my mind to travel to millions of places outside, and that causes the distraction. The mind is constantly agitated, wandering outside. That is also a problem in the journey of securing peace and happiness. Both these, impurity and the projection or wandering mind, is caused by the ignorance. What is ignorance? Oh, simple word of ignorance. Do I know the real self? No, I don't know the real self. That is ignorance. Oh, do you know French? No, I don't know the French. So that is, I'm ignorant about French. Huh? I'm ignorant about, uh, do you know where the India is located? No, I don't know. So I'm ignorant about India. Same way. Do I know the real self? No, I don't know the real self. So I am ignorant about the real self. That is the one problem. Second problem, we have a false identification about who we are. So there are two basic problems. One thing that I don't know. And second thing, that is a mixture. I have a wrong notion of who am I. You did not appreciate me. So you see that here the ego is the problem. And I am not the ego. I am not the ego. We get carried away by the ego and we get frustrated. So the two basic problems. One is that I don't know the real self. Why I don't know the real self? Because of the false identity misconceptions about myself. Oh, I care this guy so much and he cheated me. Oh, so you care this guy not to get cheated. So you should have told before. Before you care someone, you should tell him or her, please don't cheat me. That is why I'm caring you. Then you care. So we have a false identification. We have a false notion. We create a wrong notion around ourselves. So we have created a false I. How to find the real self? Drop the false I. How to drop the false I? The first is the purification of the mind, and there we are. There we are. Third purification is what is known as the tapa. But tapa means austerity. Austerity means, forbearance, endurance. So we also need endurance. Why we need endurance? Your mind is not able to understand because, say, for example, with a tremendous big ego, grandiose mind. So in those moments, it will not help you to listen. You have to endure it. Mind is burning, and so no, I will endure. I will not say anything nasty to anyone. So that kind of an endurance is required. That is the third conventional method of purification of the mind. We will discuss in detail, but understand clearly why we are purifying the mind, so that I'm just reminding you. The first principle, this master says, reality or the real self. Reality or the real self is of the nature of permanent peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. Where it is always with us, all the time, in all the situations. Whether we are in a waking state or sleeping state or the dream state. Whether we are frustrated, the real self is still there. Real self. So that is, so why I'm not able to see it? Because of the ignorance, impurity, and the wandering mind. That is what I told you. Oh, okay. Then what is the second? The second principle is that it is because of the ignorance, impurity of them, and the projection. I'm not able to perceive the real self. It is something like dusting on the mirror. You are looking into it. You are not able to see your picture clearly. You see the distorted picture. And once you clean it, you will find the real self. So, what it means? The impurities and the ignorance veils our real nature. It hides our real nature of peace and happiness. These are the great obstructions. Now, another principle that we discussed in detail 2 months ago, we discussed that good karma alone is not sufficient. Huh? Normally, we say, I will put some money on the charity, my mind is will become pure, because you are offering that charity out of your ego. So it will make your mind more impure. So the master warns us that if you think that you can purify the mind by action alone, that is what happens in our daily life. We like our friend, we appreciate him or her too much, and one day he or she criticizes me, I get hurt, and then I claim that, I have been doing this, I have been appreciating you, I have been praising me. So for God's sake, don't praise me, don't appreciate me. I don't need that. I am not interested in receiving any kind of an appreciation or praise. You take care of yourself. I am happy without any kind of appreciation. So it is, you see, the good karma means the good action, even if you take a good action, a genuine action, they are insufficient in purifying the mind. That is why we have these conventional methods. So conventional methods changes the direction and the attitude of the mind, and there comes the purification. So if you think that I do lot of actions, I do lot of service, I am a social activist, and it will purify my mind, no, not possible. Not possible. Practice remains fruitless. Now see, meditation practice will be fruitless if you don't purify the mind. That is another problem. Why we do not, and why not everyone enters into the spiritual awakening? Because of the misunderstanding. They don't understand clearly. The master is making us clear that even your all meditation practice will become fruitless. How you say that it has become fruitless? You have been doing the practice of meditation every week. For a couple of hours after the meditation, you say, I'm in calm and peace. After a few hours, the mind returns to the same state. See that mind returns to the same state. That shows that still the impurity is there. So the master in the next principle says, understand purity is absolutely essential to progress on the spiritual path. Very good. Then good karma is not efficient. So then what? Then we have to follow the conventional methods for the purification of the mind. And once we purify the mind, then you listen to the higher principles, you do the practice of meditation, and awakening takes place. So how to purify? So in the first category, we have the conventional methods of purification that I started the topic with. So the first and the second we have done, and the third we will take up in our next session. So third is austerity, you can say penance, you can also say endurance, forbearance. So there are two types of austerity. One austerity, that there is a pain in your knee and you endure that pain. You endure that pain because pain has, you did not invite the pain. So that is one type of austerity. Another type of austerity, that you say, I will do the fasting, I will do the vocal fasting. My mind is ready to react to this guy. So vocal fasting, I will not say anything. So I voluntarily put myself into the endurance. One is pain starts, we don't know, uninvited pain has come. So you endure it. That is one type of austerity. And in the journey of the self-discovery, we also introduce other second type of austerity, where my mind is burning and I don't want to give it a chance. So that we will talk in detail later. Close your eyes. So eyes are closed. Charlie, perhaps I don't see you. Maybe.
I'm here. I can't get my camera to come back on. I'm sorry.
Okay. Then it's okay. I just wanted to inform. The eyes are closed and being comfortable. Being comfortable. First, find out the place The stage one, all passive steps. That is what we are trying to understand. So, not many people prepare themselves for a meditation and they take it so casually, being comfortable, being carefree, and the mind continues to wander here and there, and then they say they fail in meditation. So, you fail in meditation because of you, not because of the teacher or the teaching. So, place of the body, check that the place of the body is, makes you aware of the space all around your body. Very good. All around your body. The second part is the position of the body. So you have to check consciously with awareness and alertness that position of the body is keeping you free from any issue of the mind. Oh, yes, that is okay. That is also okay. Then you check the posture. Are you giving any undue pressure or stretching to any part of the body? Release it and recheck, realign, readjust. So that is what I say the 3P. Okay, so we have done the 3P. So now being comfortable, again we are still moving into the stage one. What is stage one? The passive steps. Passive steps means the steps by knowledge, by understanding. So now in the second step, being comfortable. And always you will find it is easy when you do it regularly. One day, what I said, you look at the neck joint. Okay, I feel it. Move the mind inside the neck joint. Find the root. One day you will experience as if the mind has started moving within. It enters into the dark space. Yes, good. And then we experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Move the mind on the shoulder joints, my friend. Shoulder joints being there. So, being there, you're looking inside. So you experience the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Now the mind is looking at the entire body on the skin of the body. First, so skin of the body gives you an experience of sensation, and then look inside the body. When you look inside the body, you experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Check again sensation on the skin of the body, comfort in the mind, and stillness or the steadiness in the body. It is not the steadiness of the body. What it means? As we will advance into the practice of the meditation, even if the body moves, we experience the steadiness in the body. It is not the steadiness of the body. Body cannot be made still. Trillions of cells. Blood is circulating all the time. Breath, breathing, we are constantly breathing. Exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide. Means the inside and outside, the inside and outer environment of the body is steady. That takes you mind deeper. And with that, we move into another passive step is being carefree. So always think in terms the way I'm thinking for you, being carefree, free from the cares of the mind. Oh, the mind cares. Yes, mind is caring all the time. Mind says you are upset, you are anxiety. Huh? That guy did not appreciate me. That is how the mind cares. I believe you understand. So what we are doing here, we say whatever the way mind you care, I'm not interested in your care. I will find my care myself. So what it means? I witness the thought, feeling, and emotions entering into the mind, leaving it. I do not associate with it. But how to achieve that? So I told you, you look inside the forehead in the space. First, be sure you are aware of the space. And if you are aware of the space, the way if you look into the sky and the birds are flying and the uh, clouds are moving the same way, the space, the sky, nothing happens to the sky, so nothing happens to the mental space. Undesirable, unwelcome thought comes like clouds and they disperse. So you see the separation. They are already separated, but in the case of impurity of the mind, we are not able to see that separation. So there is an association, and when there is an association, we get disturbed. So being carefree is separating the thought, feeling, and emotional mind from the mind that has an internal space. I believe you get it. So that is also another form of the yajna. I'm dropping that selfishness because majority of these thoughts, what we are doing, no doing nothing. You just see the thought, feeling, and emotions that passes through the mind is separate from the deeper mental space. The highway is always different from the traffic, where it's a heavy traffic, light traffic, traffic jam, or accident. Still, it is separate. Yes, in that state, now it is right time to introduce a mantra to keep the mind in that state of being carefree. Asato ma satagamaya. Asato ma satagamaya. Moving from the false to the real. Why moving from the false to the real? That is what I explained you, because we have a false identification, we have a wrong identities with the body, mind, thought, feeling, emotions. Oh, so you are talking about that we are moving from the impurity to the purity of the mind? Answer is yes. No, but how to recognize? Anytime you are upset, anxious, reactive, you are not in yourself. You are not with yourself. That is because of the false identification. We have to move to the real. Real means the permanent peace and happiness. You just contemplate and reflect. How it is possible? Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Moving from ignorance to wisdom. I discussed today. I don't know real self. That is ignorance. So I have to follow the process, the method, the principles continuously until I find the real self. That is the movement of ignorance to wisdom. Then what happens? Mrityurmamritangamaya. I have a freedom from the cycle of the birth and the death. How come? I realize that I'm not the body mind complex. The body mind takes birth and dies. I am pure consciousness that never dies. With that idea, and these are the passive steps. So now after the passive steps, then we will go for the active step. Why active step? To purify the mind. Simple. What to do in purification of the mind? So there will be some activity. What is that activity? A simple activity. You look inside the forehead in the space. There you drop mentally and gently the mantra Shantoham, looking into the space again, Shantoham. I'm looking into the sky and Shantoham. I'm dropping the Shantoham into the sky. So you're dropping the Shantoham into the space, keeping the body steady. And at the same time, you start breathing quick and gentle breath through both the nostrils into your chest. We are doing it into the chest. Continue breathing quick and short breath. Quick and short breath. Quick and short breath. Shantoham continues. Awareness of the space continues. Steadiness in the body continues. You see, you have to be responsible for so many things at the same time. This is the action part. Action alone cannot purify the mind. So what we added in that action, we added the knowledge, the Shantoham, steadiness in the body, breathing. That action will definitely help us. Continue breathing. Continue breathing. So when you are breathing and your mind says no, when the mind says no, you in your intellect you say yes, I will do it. Mind says no, first your intellect should say, I will do it for the sake of purification of the mind. Then what happens? The mind drops its insistence not to do it, or it also drops the laziness when your intellect is awake. Continue doing it, my friends. Continue doing it. Here, breathing, dropping Shantoham, keeping the body in the state of the steadiness. You are expanding your mind. And that expansion of the mind is also the purification of it. And now leave that breathing, even drop Shantoham. Experience the changes and the noticeable change that comes. You look at the head and the neck and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the right arm. You will experience the same sensation, relaxation, and stillness. And if you look inside the right arm, you will find a sense of the calmness and the quietness. My friends, it is important to understand again. You already know, say for example, the left arm, sensation is there, relaxation is there. So first there is a sense of relaxation when the mind starts looking inside, it changes the direction. Because of that, after relaxation, you will find a natural state of the stillness. So that is why I say sensation, relaxation, stillness. But if you look inside the left arm and you explore, you'll find the calmness. And deeper than the calmness is the state of the quietness. What is the deeper state of quietness is internally you experience the quietness. How come? Because you see, even if there are thoughts or feeling and emotions, they are too far to disturb you. But in the state of the calmness, they are near, and sometimes you feel as if they are influencing you, but still you maintain your calmness. So, lower than that is the stillness in the body, and lower than that is the relaxation. So, that is why I'm using it. Look at the entire body from the top of the head to the toes. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. In that state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness, calmness and quietness, we have fairly purified the mind. So you look at the space inside the forehead. First, you look into the space inside the forehead. Pick a point in that space. When you pick a point, drop the mantra Shanto Ham into that point. Become aware of the infinite space while dropping Shanto Ham. Wait for a while and then repeat it again. Again, your mind moves into inside the forehead. You look into the space, pick a point in the space, you drop the Shanto Ham, and Shanto Ham, I'm the peace. You understand the meaning? I'm the peace is like an infinite space. Now you discover that the thoughts may be there, but they are not disturbing you. And that is a good point. You remember what you are doing, don't forget. Why forgetfulness comes? Because of the laziness, sleepiness, or because the mind is carried away by some thought, feeling, or emotion. So recognize it, return to the Practice again. No issue, your mind may distract. Return, remind yourself what I was doing. Oh, so simple. I was looking into the space, picking a point, dropping Shantuham, absorbed into the infinite space. Whether the mind, even if it wants to be lazy, you return, remind, recall, be into the practice. Gradually, we are going to increase the duration of the practice. Mm. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your Buddha palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside, know your experiences, bring the hands down. We'll share our experiences now. Even though I don't see you, Charlie, how are you, Charlie?
I'm here.
Ah, yes, I could. Now I can have some shade. Yes.
Good. I'm good. I'm good. It was particularly helpful tonight because I've got some kind of inner ear infection, and
Oh,
it was helpful for me to sort of endure it and observe that and try and get deeper than that. So it was very helpful for that.
beautiful. Yes, you said inner mind moving inside. That is the key to it. But it is not moving inside the body. It is in moving inside means rise in awareness.
Ah, yes.
That once we understand and experience, we always have a good experience. Very good. Thank you. How are you, Meet?
I feel a happiness,
Very good.
some peace and happiness.
Yes, yes, we will talk on this Sunday of this permanent happiness. But but one we should recognize that one happiness comes by contact with an object. I eat some food, contact. I buy a car that I am happy. I buy a new home happy. But here, this happiness is independent of any object.
Yes.
It comes from the real self. Beautiful experience. How are you, Anne?
Yes, I feel very fine. I feel good.
Very good.
Quiet. Yeah, nothing bothers me.
Nothing. Yes, that should be there. Nothing bothers. Anything bothers, that is the impurity of the mind.
Right.
Oh,
Very good. Thank you. That is all for today. We will meet on Sunday.
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
Nice.
Oh, oh.